Sí.
And instead of focusing on the great things that people have to say over here, and maybe even the constructive criticism from qualified people, we focus in on that bad comment. Why doesn't that person like me? Why wasn't I good enough? Why? Well, I'll tell you why. Because you're not going to be everybody's cup of tea. So fast forward to adulthood, never in a million years did I ever think I would have any popularity in Egypt. I was so excited. I was like, me? You guys like me? I was wrong. Nobody liked me. I thought that I was going to be embraced by the Egyptian people, but I actually woke up to a rude awakening. That rude awakening was what it's like to be known by people who don't know you. I'm going to say that one more time. What it's like to be known by people who don't even know you. What it's like to be known by people I don't even know. So, I was met with harsh criticism from my terribly unattractive looks to unimaginable insults and threats in my inbox daily, which are too disgusting to even mention. I even had to face my family in shame when I had to reveal the sickening rumors that were being spread about me. From what I call the faceless crowds. You may call them trolls of the internet. So, a common question I often received after I went on TV to defend myself over these rumors was, how was I able to deal with everything so confidently? Well, nobody sees what happens behind closed doors, and of course I was hurt and upset. However, I'm only human. So, what I did was, I am going to call on that. What I did was take a hard look at what was being said about me and by whom. And I used a simple method called qualifying your source. And I'm going to tell you what that is in hopes that you guys can apply it to your own lives so you can use it towards your goals and other successes in life. Because being talked about on a small or large scale is devastating. But as the saying goes, you can't control what anyone else does. You can only control your reactions to them. So, qualifying your source is actually something you've probably been doing your whole lives and just not realize it. Probably in college or in high school even, you were asked by your teacher to do a research paper. When you do a research paper, the teacher tells you that you have to cite your resources to prove your point in your research paper. So if I'm going to write a paper on whatever, I'm not going to go to the local supermarket and get my information from a tabloid magazine. Because a tabloid magazine is inaccurate, it's false, it's just not factual. But instead, I will probably go to a local library, for instance, and get a book that has proven studies to support my theory in my research paper. Why do I do that? Because proven studies are based off of facts, and they are real substance. They are qualified sources. So how can we take this and apply it to our own lives? Well, you look at your sources, which can be a person or people, whatever it is. Those are your sources. And you have to determine whether you should value or disregard the comment, opinion, or judgment that person may be giving to you. Remember, not all information that is given to you is going to be valid, useful, or accurate. And just a side note, the opinions of people are not facts. Remember that. So we all know that words are very powerful. They can be used to uplift us, but they can also be used as weapons to hurt us, humiliate us, degrade us, and sometimes even kill us. But only if you let them. It's inevitable that we are going to be judged, attacked, have to protect yourself. Not only physically, but you have to protect yourself emotionally and mentally as well. So I'll give you a prime example of how I use qualifying sources to help me in my life. When people discovered that I was Miss Egypt in America, I was told that I was too ugly to be in a pageant, that I'm not good enough to be in a pageant. When? Well, let me ask you sources a question. Do you own a pageant? Have you ever been in a pageant? No. Do you even know of anyone that has been in a pageant? So if the answer is no, which in most cases it is, then what qualifies you to tell me I cannot do what I already did? How can you tell me I cannot do what I already did? Past tense. So when you're in a situation and you're trying to determine if someone is qualified to give you advice or whatever it is, here's some questions that you can kind of ask yourself to kind of clear the air if you're ever confused. Was this information given to you with your permission? This is something that really, really bothers me and probably a lot of you, is when someone comes to you and says, oh, I think you should do this, or, maybe this, or you're not good. I didn't ask for your opinion. So that's very important. Don't allow people that you haven't given permission to come and just intrude on your space. Is this person judging or offering long-term support? Do they care what happens? Do they care about the consequences you will face because of his or her advice? And does this person know you? The real you. Not the one that they see on the internet, not the one that they see on the internet, not the one that they see or they hear of. Is that now? I can't answer these questions for you because they're all going to be unique and different. So you have to put the shoe on the other foot as well. Are you a qualified source? I'm going to have to talk a little faster, guys, because they're giving me a time limit. Put the shoe on the other foot. Are you a qualified source? Well, if you have legitimate expertise and someone seeks your opinion, then sure, perhaps you are. But if you don't become what I call a useless advisor. It's a very, very sad thought to think about the millions of people out there who have such God-given talent and they just did not pursue their dreams, all because of the opinions of unqualified individuals. Think about all the people who stopped pursuing their dreams because they cared what other people think. You cannot care what other people think. It is your life, it is your dream, and only God can judge you, nobody else. One thing to notice about people who are always going around spreading negativity, those type of people are consistent in their behavior. They don't just do it to you. It's not a personal attack because they probably do it to everybody. Likely, there's not a lot of positivity that comes out of them. So this is how I dealt with all the backlash and negativity I received when I went viral in Egypt a year ago. I qualified my sources. I protected myself from allowing people to destroy me. Once you understand that a lot of people do not have the best intentions for you, and you have the best intentions for yourself, this will be easier to understand, and you'll become more confident in your ways. They couldn't kill my dreams, so they tried to assassinate my character, and they failed. I really hope and pray that if anybody tries to do to you what was done to me, that they fail, and they fail miserably. I have one quote in conclusion from an Islamic scholar, Ibn Taymiyyah. Some people suffer from the disease of criticizing others. They are quick to bring up the shortcomings of others, yet they fail to mention their good qualities. Such individuals are like flies. They avoid places of healing and integrity and tumble into areas of your life and you can see they do not have the best intention for you, qualify your sources and kick them out. So, one more. Remember in the beginning of my speech, I said that I did not remember what I wanted to be when I was growing up because I was told I couldn't be it? I asked my mother a couple months ago what I wanted to be. She said, Sarah, you want to be an actress.